I wonder why so many fans want Endeavor to die here. Is it because of hate, or is it because for the sake of edginess? It's not over until the flame goes out completely. There were paths to choose from after the devastating blow on Endeavor, but it has been decided. The battle shall go on. This chapter was another round of struggle, and the number one hero is determined to end the battle. Hawks was done dealing with the clones, and as expected, they are not strong as the real self. It definitely feels like a recipe for a henchman for future arcs for heroes to be busy. That is, if there is more of high-end kind. Speaking of it, it does continue to roam around to seek for a strong opponent. By that point, I knew this arc wasn't going to end there, though I thought someone else would fill in the void. The news reporter is reporting the crisis that somewhat reminds me of Spider-Man 3, but a reporter like is narrating a novel, which I thought is kind of silly. I could buy into the reporting the conflict, but it's kind of hammering in with the reminder of the hideout radar. Was the idea of this arc to replicate it? Well, here's the twist. Endeavor is not done yet. He still got burning passion left. No pun intended. When he woke up, I began to think that this is what I expected. The rise of Endeavor. After the family conflict and some disbelief from the citizens, this arc is setting up for an approval boost. I know fans were thinking he has died, which I doubted, but I was kind of hoping for a loss and have room to expand for high-end, and most importantly, continue to rise the challenge for Endeavor. It does seem to be happening rather fast, but maybe I will eat my own words. Hopefully. Endeavor gets back up to strike back, but it's still no good because high-end is broken. I'm not sure who said it, but someone is really hammering it in that it's similar to Kamino Incident, only now it's getting worse. Look, I like the episodes, but ease on the push, will you guys? It's not stopping Endeavor from fighting, even when spilling out blood. He's going to win this battle one way or another. To further reinforce this arc to be his rising sun, no pun intended, Natsu is clearly growing worried for him since he's fighting till he drops dead. Despite how much he detested him earlier, the family bond is hard to overlook. Fuyumi, however, technically backs her father up because it's how Endeavor is. It has been said before that while he's an awful father, his heroism is solid. In this case, he has been making up for his faults and striving to show everyone that he is number one. I was under the impression that Aizawa was heading towards Endeavor, though it's pretty far, so I guess it makes sense to look after Shoto first and foremost. It's clear that Shoto does feel sympathy over his father. In the news, a fan from the previous chapter backs up his favorite hero, that he's not done and he won't give up. It's good to have a fan. I'm glad that someone pointed out the symbol of peace nonsense. This should be capitalized further to give a better reflection of his world. I hope it's not just set for Endeavor's boost. In a strange way, I get the feeling that this modified Noma won't be the last. I said strange because it came from Endeavor himself. The fact is, he's no longer planning to capture it, rather just kill it off for good. If that's the case, the heroes won't be able to get any detail of his uprising, which also leave room for more to come. The list of traits from the last chapter signify that we will get more of his kind later, and with clones being part of it, I can already sense them being used for distractions. Endeavor is going to give everything he got, and unlike the last chapter, it doesn't act like his deathbed is around the corner. It's pretty much him going all out for the finishing blow, but not without a help from Hawks, which is good to see teamwork. He provides a distraction on high end with his feathers, so Endeavor has opening without getting any damage. The problem is, of course, Hawks will get harmed, and from the look of it, probably the same way as Endeavor. Damn. The highlight and practically the nail in the coffin to my theory on the premise is when Hawks elaborates his reason to push Endeavor as the number one hero. He has been supportive since the time he saw him as the only hero who didn't stop and let All Might take all the fame. Everyone relied on All Might, it didn't stop Endeavor to try to win over. In other words, Hawks has a good heart and was anticipating for Endeavor to get that chance. It explains why he has been supportive despite that hijacked speech. It's as if to say he has been waiting for this and now he wants to boost him up. What a nice guy. The chapter ends on a cliffhanger, with Endeavor receiving a boost from Hawk's feather and just about to punch High-End right on the face. Will that punch defeat it? I believe so. I don't know why fans would think Endeavor will die here and now. Not only is too soon, but the story isn't heading towards that. I guess we are spoiled for dark and edgy materials even though this series doesn't have much of it. After the last arc, good ending can easily exist. Overall, I thought it was a pretty decent chapter. I believe the chapter was shorter than usual, but it provided enough satisfying content. The visual continues to be pretty good with the destruction environment and firing range from Endeavor. As the end result isn't determined, the compilation of Endeavor supporters was good, leaning towards a good ending. Hawk's reason to support was nice, and explained his purpose to call him up. The cliffhanger could lead to Endeavor's victory, or perhaps a fluke. Only the flame of justice can determine his fate. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. Well, we have a 2-week break, so at least we have a time to predict what will happen next. What do you believe is going to happen? Do you think Endeavor will win this fight? Do you think High-End would dodge somehow, some way? Will there be a different twist? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.